Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. I want to give my 2 cents on this video just because like a lot of people are having negative comments going out to Jay Owens on the interview that he gave on the Pivot podcast. They're getting their names out there as they should. They have really good guests on the Pivot podcast, so shout out to them and what they're doing. But however, back to the point, Ryan Clark asks Mr. Owens a question, basically saying like, hey, do you really believe you're the catch? Because the way he was describing the story, like he's describing it. But when you're on that, you're on that big of a platform, these are guys of renown somewhat, right? Highlight, low light, whatever. These are the old guys of renown, okay? They got tape out there. They're solidified in the game and what they've done. And they even built this platform to stand and make their boast on, okay? So, they're allowed to kind of give you a hard time. They're allowed to maybe diminish you. You can even say humble you to a certain degree. They're allowed to do that, okay? Don't go on the show if you don't want that. You're not expecting that. Stay at home. Anywho, that's what you're just gonna get. So he asks him like, so were you the catch? And he says, of course, like, yeah, he was definitely the catch, right? And I believe he was the catch as well. He's 28, Simone's 26. Okay. She probably, she's making more money than him, I'll just say that. She's netted to be the breadwinner. I guess he has, a few contracts, or maybe, yeah, he definitely has a few contracts under his belt by now. But she was a Olympian gold medalist. So when you look at it, she's getting endorsements. You see her on commercials. She's gonna be making more money. Now, just period in the sport of gymnastics, no, I don't think gymnastics is gonna make or garnish that much money. Yeah, of course, I'm saying she's probably the breadwinner in this, but he is the catch. Like, cause you're good, you're solidified. Like, yeah, if you do nothing else, you could stand on your accomplishments for a very long time. Okay, probably for the rest of your life. You probably could do that. Definitely could. And you need somebody who's going to be good. That's one aspect to look at it in. Another aspect is like, he was given the story of how they met. So he swipes up and it was a match. That means they're probably on Tinder, or I don't know what dating app they're on, but they're probably on Tinder. And that means she liked his profile first. So she saw him, she liked him. He saw her, he liked her. He swipes up, they match. So she definitely pursued him in that situation technically. And as the conversation went on, he was describing that, yeah, in fact, she was in pursuit of him. So he's rightfully telling you guys the truth. But a lot of people were looking at him like, come on, man, that it looks like that's a little bit, what I'm saying? It looks like you're spreading sugar on this to make it sound more than what it is. But that's really what it was at the end of the day when you look at it. And people took issue to that, right? People definitely took issue to that. But it makes sense for him to be the catch, for reasons I've just explained. And then say if there was any type of infidelity, you would want the woman to be, God forbid, right? But the woman would be more understanding and would be that piece that held the relationship together. And a lot of times, just looking at it and modern dating, if you're going to say, hey, you know what, date as many people as you can date, and have, as many friends as you could have. If that was the rule and the basis for dating right now, I think women will be just better outfitted to accomplish that than men would be. So in turn, like, that would make men disposable in the modern dating era today, as we know it. If you're not meeting the requirements, then it's next on you. Okay. So I believe that for a man today, and he's in the NFL, he's not a pushover, but as far as, being in competition to be your equal in that arena, like literally, you know what I'm saying? And in the financial, in the sports arena, just having that name, you finding some, middle ground where, somebody that's realistic, right? And that can be there and be solid. Perfect. That makes you look a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Just like what Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams was definitely the catch. She would have been the catch 24/7. But, however, she got with, I think I don't know, was it like this PayPal guy or something like that? But he became the catch, right? Because that brought some assurity to it, right? Rather than you being, she's connecting with some, jack off of the old block, and, she's having to be the rock. Rather, now you have a guy that kind of balanced that, now it's more reasonable and feasible or something like that, even though it's like, okay, that's another example. Okay. And then this is the issue that they run into, right? Because you've seen a lot of people took issue with that, right? I want to point this relationship out, that Kelsey Plum and Darren Waller, right? Their relationship, I wanted to point that out because, I believe he was with the Raiders. He's with the Raiders. These guys getting married, right? It's supposed to be the best time of your life or whatever. Well, she ends up going to the WNBA. She's a champion. She becomes a champion like that ensuing year. He gets traded, right? That next season or soon after the wedding, he's traded. He's no longer with the Raiders. He goes to New York and he's playing for New York now. What I'm saying is this. That was a head nod. It's supposed to be the biggest time, like, one of the happiest time. You're getting married, right? You're supposed to be happy. And then he ends up getting traded. You know what I'm saying? And like, once again, these guys end up getting married. They go on this podcast, the Pivot podcast. They're both athletes. This is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a nice, beautiful time. But now he's receiving this backlash. They're just going to go ahead and do a public tour, wave to people, smile. You feel me? Not really even a publicity tour. They're just, they're going and shaking hands and you're seeing smiling faces, right? But you see the backlash he received just from being questioned. And so I say that to say, a lot of times when you're dating, a lot of times men believe they are the catch. You want to believe that, which is true. She probably did pursue you, or maybe you pursued her in that way, versus, you guys, financials, right? Like, how do you guys weigh out in financials? Is she out earning you? Are you out earning her? Is she's going to be more popular? Is she's going to be the bigger marquee name than you are? Are you guys competing in that way? So it's just a lot to it. And here's another reason that Jonathan Owens would be the catch. Now I do remember back when I believe it came out that her coach was like an all-time Olympic coach. He was sexually assaulting women, right? All of his the people he was training, right? And I think he got 60 years in prison, and I think they end up killing him when he went to prison. But I think I seen her with Shaq after that, and like they were hanging out a few times. And Shaq normally does that, he'll go around and say hey any woman who's like popping on social media for any reason that week or whatever, you know. Now I think he was with Brittany Renner, but before he was with the Home Depot girl who, like, he was with the Home Depot girl. Okay. And then now, right, we see Jonathan Owens stepping up to the plate, right? And that's why I think he's the catch, right? Because he's gonna like solidify and bring some stability to and some clarity to that relationship. And when you look at it, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you can just it's interchangeable. This, the scenario is very interchangeable, and you can plug in different situational differences. You can plug them in, and then like just looking from the Kelsey Plum situation, like definitely, right, you would want to say, Darren would be the catch, obviously, but he did go and snag Kelsey Plum, right? I can definitely say he snagged Kelsey Plum, so she would definitely be the catch, right? But if that's the case, like that, you would have to be the catch. You feel me? And so it's just like, what are we judging individuals on? Are we just judging individuals like on the last thing that they have done? You know what I'm saying? And like, at the end of the day, it's more to it, right? But it really comes down to that, like, what have you done recently? You feel me? And it comes down to finances. It comes down to these things, and it's simple. It's very simple. And I'll end it there because I don't want to make it too convoluted, which it already is. But just to tie this in a bow, I believe that yes, Jonathan Owens was a catch, just because she needs someone to be solid. Inverse situation, Chelsea Plum, right? She had a good season, having a good career. Definitely was the catch in that scenario. But it seems like her stud finder husband, right? He's getting traded now. It seems like there's some, the surety that was there, it's not there anymore. There's some unsurety in this, and things are looking questionable, right? He's got a new outfit, so it's like, he's supposed to be that lead figure, right? And now that's questionable. So that's just the inverse you're looking at. It's just, it's plug and go. But that's what I got for you guys. Peace. I'm out.